So RAZORS is getting dragged from multiple angles right now. And if you've been living under a rock, I got you covered. I'm going to tell you what's happening. So it all started with one of RAZORS' golden boys, Jeph Howard, taking a horrible injury. He was skating a drop ledge and managed to fall to the bottom step and fracture 2 of his vertebrae, break his ribs, and actually have a punctured lung, which is absolutely horrific, sending healing vibes. Jeph Howard's a really good skater, and we all love him. So of course, because there's no money in blading, Jeph is now just unable to work and has to pay for a massive medical bill. So because of that, he started a GoFundMe, which I will link in the description. And all this is pretty standard. That happens in blading all the time, right? Which is sad, but it's part of a thing. Now, the reason RAZORS is getting dragged is because they decided to share that story just by writing link in bio right here. They just shared pictures and wrote link in bio. Now, I think that rubbed people the wrong way. Jeph was out filming a promo for his pro skate for RAZORS. So the whole reason he's injured is essentially because of RAZORS. He wasn't just skating for fun, he was filming a promo edit. And it brought up a conversation over on Rollerblading for people to say they're like, how can we support these skate companies that don't even offer health insurance to these rollerbladers that are risking their lives? And RAZORS seems to be the one getting the most flack for that, even though that's standard across all companies. And I think once people heard that thing and then saw them just write link in bio for a massive injury that somewhat is their fault, it really pissed people off. It gets a lot worse from there though. In response to that backlash, they decided to actually do something to help Jeph. They're doing a raffle right now where if you donate $10 directly to Jeph Howard via his PayPal, you can go on to draw to win 1 pair of his skates. 1 pair, might I add. 1 pair in your size of his skates when they come out on April 15th. Which I do give props to RAZORS for. They get nothing out of that. And it will support Jeph a shit ton. A lot of people will want to get some free skates, or for $10. It's a good deal. But 1 pair of skates for a dude who literally risked his life for you to make money, I don't know. I feel like that's not enough. They should be, honestly, I think this is completely out of the gate right now, but even if RAZORS gave Jeph Howard 10K right now, I don't think it would make up for this. I think it's too late. But anyway, that's just me. A good thing that happened in blading out of the situation is we raised $10,000 for Jeph Howard in less than 24 hours, which is so good to see. Shout out to the community. And you can see right now he's almost up to 17K. Keep that going. Go donate if you can. I'll have it linked in the description. It gets worse for RAZORS, and that comes down to someone completely different. Yandriel put this big post up over on Rollerblading, outing RAZORS for some even more unforgivable shit. RAZORS had an incentive program going on that they agreed to pay a certain amount for their pro team to make videos promoting their products, right? Yandriel did this with his latest edit that we'll talk about later. And then when he sent the invoice to RAZORS, they said they weren't going to pay it because they couldn't afford it. And he even put the numbers here. I'll link to the post. You can see the numbers if you want. So in response to that, Yandriel did some research, did a big thing to kind of show the value he adds and to come to an agreement on a price that they should pay him. During this presentation he did to them, Andy, who's the guy behind RAZORS, right, one of the guys, he kept interrupting every solid point that Yandriel brought up, even though it was backed by statistics. This is what Yandriel said, kind of saying they'll give him a pro skate if you kind of like let this go. Yandriel sees that as kind of taking advantage of people who love blading, and I see it as exactly the same. It's absolutely garbage. Andy said that he couldn't pay because they just recently lost $80,000, and when Yandriel asked for proof of this, he didn't show any proof because there's no transparency, which is really, really shit and super suspicious. It gets worse than that though. He also added the fact that RAZORS gives $2 boot royalty, which is very outdated these days. I think the most important part though that Yandriel brings light on is the fact that Andy looks like he's on a 24/7 vacation while at the same time not being able to pay things he agreed to pay. You can't that's not how life works. You can't like tell someone you're gonna pay them a certain amount of money to do something and then when they do it, not pay it. That's just so unforgivable, man, in my opinion anyway. A lighter side to this story though, I think the video that Yandriel was probably trying to get paid for was his promo for his brand new Pro Chroma wheel, which is this beautiful orange wheel. It's so sick. There's a t-shirt, there's anti-rockers and the wheels. If you didn't think Yandriel deserved this wheel, this edit was gonna change your mind so fucking quick. It's an excellent edit. I love the vibe. Here it is here. It's so fucking good. Really good skating and definitely worth a watch. Go check it out. Yandriel has been coming up so fast recently. Everything he does is so impressive. He's an excellent skater in every regard, and I'm so glad he's bringing light to this bullshit situation. Companies have been shitting on pro skaters for way too long. Don't let them do it anymore, you know? The bladers have your back now, you know? Speaking of good news, Adapt did a complete rebrand recently with a brand new logo and a new slogan calling themselves the pinnacle of skate design, and I 100% agree with that. No one makes more premium skates than Adapt. And because Adapt's in their whole own universe, they don't have to compete with pretty much anyone. They're doing their 2022 line way after everyone else, and that literally just came out today. Perfect timing. There's a new removable part of the liner that's supposed to not only help with comfort and pressure points, but also add to the longevity of the skate, where you can just replace that part in the long term. There's a bunch of other little changes, but Adapt's pretty much had it down locked for a long time now. The skates look beautiful. There's two versions of the Brutality. There's a pro model here, as well as, why do I do that? And then I have to cut here and it sounds like shit. As well as the non-pro version, which is just a beautiful black stealth skate, which you can actually change the colors of the frames and stuff for. You can also do a custom version, but anyway, there's also the GTO boot, which is like the Ferrari of skates. It looks beautiful. It's great. It's a pro signature series, by the way. You get a pro GTO and a pro Brutality, so an aggressive and a non-aggressive. The pinnacle of skate design. Speaking of great skate design, Sonic Sports has brought out a universal axle that's meant to fit any frame, and it's supposed to be universal, strong, maintenance free. It's meant to not even need Loctite. It's supposed to stay tight without it, which, bro, people should take notes, because I think every bolt on earth has had to need Loctite. I'd be interested to see what these are like. But this is really cool and a good market that I didn't think anyone has tapped into yet. Another big move in blading that's happening is GAWDS reach into urban skates, with their first urban skate coming out soon too. That was teased on Rashad's YouTube channel and nowhere else, which is really cool. Shout out to Frankie for doing that. I think these look great. I love the clear cuff and the icon frame. And I really think that GAWDS could be onto something with making urban skates. I feel like since they match shoes, you know, this could really appeal to the normie person wanting to get into blading that just wants to roll around. Be interesting to see. Something else that's really nice are my blading news correspondents. I wouldn't be able to do this show if it wasn't for them. So huge thank you to Anthony, Ann, Christian, James, Palmer, Matt, Sonic Sports, Shane, Tice, and Xander, who got kicked off the list for some reason that I'm looking at. And also everyone in chat right now, I really appreciate them. Join the stream so you can be part of Blading News and help me make the show. But we're not done. Don't go anywhere, okay? One of the best bladers in the world, Sven, has got a 3-post edit, 3-part. Something I've never seen done before. Probably has been done before, but it's me. I don't know shit. He's got a vert section, a park section, and a street section. And it's posted unlisted, but the only way you can find it is if you go to the website 14x41.com. The idea of this website is to raise money via a GoFundMe to support free skate lessons at Area 51, which is super dope. Definitely go donate to that GoFundMe. But the least you can do is watch these edits. I'm telling you, every single one is good. I'll give you a taste of the vert one really quick. I've been skating a lot of vert recently, and this just blew my mind, dude. It's so cool to see someone put out a vert edit. These are like vert skaters that don't do that. This was very impressive. I feel like I chose the worst point to click to, but I feel like you don't see a skater who can do it all much. And Sven definitely can do it all. And I don't know, I needed to talk more so you can see more of this edit. But there's some absolutely insane vert skating. I encourage you to watch it to hopefully encourage you to go actually skate some vert. Very cool stuff. There's grinds for the normies. There's flips for the actual normies. And some absolutely ridiculous airs. And if we go over to the park edit, it's filled with some crazy skating again. It seems like a day edit too. Also, shout out to the Spotty Dog shirt. We love Tom. This park looks so fun. The only way I can describe Sven skating is it's how I skate in on a roll. It's how I imagine skating. It gets even more clear when you get to the street part. As you can imagine, he's one of the best street skaters in the world. So the street part's probably going to be the best part. I watched this out of order. That's why I'm going in the wrong order. But there's a part in the street edit. He grinds this bridge. And this is something I would imagine doing as you drive past this bridge. You don't go do that in real life. That's so fucking sick. The whole edit is like that. I definitely recommend watching the whole 3-course meal and donating to the cause because it's a super good thing. And you won't regret watching this one. It's really good. Now onto a bit of a throwback, but not for good reasons. Chicago Bladers have lost a massive part of this scene. Do a quick dedication to him with this edit here, which is a throwback RAZORS edit of a competition. And funnily enough, this was probably the second rollerblading edit I ever saw. I remember I watched this probably 100,000 times, which is really crazy to think about. This video is the whole reason I got Razor Genesis 8s. But anyway, I'm definitely sending wild wishes to the Chicago Blading boys. I'm sorry for your loss. Not only an excellent skater, but surely a really good dude. And yeah, he will be missed. And look after your homies, guys. Tell the people you love them, you love them. I also want to take a quick moment to send some love to both Tom Moyse and Big Homie Biz, who are both dealing with some scary situations independently. And I have nothing but love for both of them. and just hope things get better for both of them. On a much lighter note though, we think we've spotted some brand new R1 liners in this post from Niels Jansen. If you pause and look at him skating these skates here, also it's so cool that he's back skating. Hopefully his injury's better. But these liners are definitely a new R1 liner. You can see R1 on it. You guys can't see it. Wait, let me zoom. Yeah, that got better. You guys can't see it, but he's definitely got a white and black new liner there that we have to wait and see when that comes out. Very exciting. Someone sent me this, I don't remember, but what the fuck, dude? Look at that. Ugh. It's a negative X grind, but his foot's backwards. And if you're looking for some jeans that were actually made by rollerbladers, Dusty Denim has had you covered for a while, but they're now available at Heavy Distribution, which is the American distribution center that deals with Mesmer, which is very on brand. I feel like those fit together super well. And definitely check these out. If you're looking to get some new pants, there's no better place to look than a Rollerblader company, trust me. Next up, I have this whatever edit for you, and it's very far from whatever. It's one of those long group pieces that is really good. I think, you know, I described this to chat when I watched it earlier today, where there's kind of like two kinds of edits. There's usually an edit that's like usually does a bunch of like really technical hard hammers, and then there's like edits that have like creative different skating, you know, like tricks that no one does, obstacles no one skates. This edit does it, both of them, man. There's a bunch of really cool, like this clip here. That was a Christ backslide. I don't think I've seen one of those ever, to be honest. I don't even know if that's the name of it, but this whole edit is really good. I definitely recommend it if you're looking to go street skate, and if you're looking for like goals to make that crew street edit for yourself and your homies. This is the one to watch. It's really good and it's really slept on. Definitely go check the whole thing out. I don't think you regret it. It'll be linked in the description as well as everything else I talked about today. This clip that was submitted to the Blade News submission subreddit, which is where you should post anything for Blade News, by the way. I'll share it. It's just of the whole crew hitting this famous rail that you've definitely seen before, and it's absolute goals. I don't think I've ever had a crew where we all go skate a scary rail. They all lace it, by the way. It's super sick. But yeah, just a reminder, if you want to come join in on the fun, join me over on Twitch. It'll be linked in the description. I go live a bunch of times a week when I can. A massive thank you to everyone who's here today with me. They make this shit fun. It's super fun to hang out with them. And most importantly, look after your homies and make sure you go for a skate as soon as you can, okay? As soon as this show ends, go do it. And thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. See you later. Peace out. Go watch the other episode of Blade News.